Okay, this is how to make one of these cars. You put on the plastic track, how to make it actually have a motor and just run on a table or floor. Anyway, so what I did is there was a screw there and a screw there. I took both of them out, and then I'm just gonna get it open, pry it open with a screwdriver. Okay, I got it open. It has 2 resistors in it and a capacitor, which means it must not take a lot of voltage. And these 2 wires right there, that one I'm guessing is positive and that one's negative. So what happens is you put it on the track, and that's positive and that's negative. So we're gonna run it through this into the motor, and the motor's hooked up to a couple of gears which turn those tires. So I'm gonna cut these wires off of where they were soldered and see what it does. I just like to use a knife or something. It's easy to cut them off, the wires and stuff. Screw them away. So I just take my knife and cut the wires off of the car, like so. Now both the wires are cut off. Okay, now I'm gonna hook up a battery to those. Don't do this alone because it's dangerous. I mean, I am because I'm awesome and I know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna hook up a 9-volt battery to those 2 wires and see if that motor will run. Okay, so it does run. I'm gonna prove that it does. So hook up the battery. Okay, so now that that works, I'm gonna crimp some wire connectors onto those, onto these 2 wires, and then I'm gonna tape the battery on and see if it does anything. Why is there a key on the bottom? That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna put them on. Okay, and these are wire crimpers right here. Not the crimpers, but they're the connectors, and I'm using red and blue just to detect which is positive and negative wires. And what they'll be doing is you take the battery and you clip this thing. So for example, I'll just use the blue one for the negative side, and you clip it. Well, I have to use the red for the negative side, and then you just clip it on right there, like this. Okay, on second thought, I'm not going to use those connectors. I'm going to use these. It's a special type. Okay, so this is a special type. It just goes around that. I'll use electrical tape to get it on. And same, you might want a bigger size to snap on that. So I'll get those on there and see what I can do. Okay, so there's a problem. I'm going to need to make these wires right here longer. So I'm going to need a wire connector and some copper to make them longer. Okay, I've got them. And if you have pliers or something, it will help cut them easier than just a knife. Well, not pliers, but wire cutters, these things. And you just want to cut a little bit of it off. so that you have 2 wires. Okay, so I've put a wire connector on there. It's got metal on the inside since metal's a conductor. And why is this key on there again? It's weird. So now that this is on, I'm going to take the red wire and I'm going to put it inside. I'm going to put it inside the red connector, and crimp it closed so that they're connected. And how you crimp things is you take pliers that are not sharp, just ordinary pliers, and you go around it and squeeze as hard as you can to bend the metal around the wire. I'm going to go on ahead and do it. Okay. So, once you've crimped it, the wire shouldn't come out. It should be snug in there. And I'm going to go on ahead and do that to the other one, but with a blue wire, just so that I know the positive and negative are different. Okay, so put the blue over the wire, take the wire crimpers, and crimp it around. Okay, I got it on, so now I'm gonna crimp the blue wire into the blue hole. And you'll notice that the wire has plastic stuff on it, so you want to take special pliers and you stick it. Oh, if you wanted to know what this is, it's the it's a multi-tool knife. It's a Leatherman. Got it from REI. So you take the wire cutters and put them in there, and then you just pull on it really hard and oops. So pull as hard as you can, and it'll take the stuff off, and then you'll have the wire. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the red wire. I'm going to crimp the blue one inside of the blue connector. So I'll take the edge with the wire sticking out, and then I'll crimp it in. Okay, I got it in, and this is what it looks like now, kind of like a bug. And then you want to take the battery and take the positive, negative wires and hook it up to the positive and negative side of the battery. Okay, so let's see if it works. It works. Okay, now we're gonna crimp these on to the red one and clip a blue one on to the blue one, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so take the yellow one, the yellow circle, and hook it on to that part of the battery, or you're gonna crimp it onto the blue wire like so. Once you get it on, it'll look like this. Notice how it's bent right here? That's supposed to happen. It's gonna bend the plastic so that it bends the metal to connect to the wire. So now I'm gonna take I'm going to take one of these and hook it on to there on that wire. Okay, I got it connected on there. So, wait. Okay, so now I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to tape it to the battery so it won't fall off. Okay, I taped it on, and this will basically be on-off switch. You touch it, it's on. You don't touch it, it's off. So now I'm going to take the battery and duct tape it to the back of the car. Okay, I taped it on. Now, see if it runs. I'm not going to actually let it roll across the table. I'm just going to see if the back tire moves when I touch the yellow to the battery. It works. Okay, what's stopping it from moving is these things on the bottom. So I'm going to have to get rid of those with a knife, and then it should be done. This is why you be careful with a knife. It'll bleed all over the place. You could get infected, but it's no big deal right now with this, because I just wiped this off. So it's not going to really do anything. Ow, but it sure did hurt. Okay, I figured out not to use the knife, so I'm just going to use pliers and yank the stuff out, so that's easier. Once you rip out the pliers, you're going to be stuck with this plastic thing. Just break it off however you want. Okay, I got them off. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like when it rolls. Looks pretty awesome. Okay. Oops, wrong way. Do not do that around things like this. They will eat it. See, I decided to put the top back on it, and make sure that the tires don't have anything to block them, so that they'll still roll freely. And make sure you have an area so you can still get to that battery spot. Here's one more look at it running. And let me put the yellow thing in. Okay. Start it up.